The COVID-19 pandemic is putting immense pressure on the nation's health facilities. Health workers are expectedly on the front line in the battle to curtail the spread and manage the situation. And all this is happening amidst the poor state of health facilities. Government is, however, ramping up the healthcare systems. And my guest brings us views of health workers who are on the front line as the nation works towards flattening the curve. Welcome to Dateline Abuja. I'm Ibrahim Adra. The Federal Capital Territory Administration has started community testing for COVID-19 in some of the suburbs in the nation's capital. This has become absolutely necessary as most of the communities have reported cases of absolute non-compliance to the social distancing directive as well as the lockdown order.
The highway at Asokoro is still witnessing regular traffic from motorists despite the lockdown order. The Federal Capital Territory has seen a rising number of cases of the coronavirus since the lockdown, but this hasn't motivated many to stay home.
According to my village where the people is very obey, because all the people where they say shop there, they are locking. That's why we are trekking to market to buy something and come back.
Most of them actually coming out. Maybe people are hungry. They keep coming out and going in, coming out and going in. Maybe within these houses, most of them are not complying. If people did not sit at home and they keep going out, because there is no how you'll be coming out, there will not be contacts. Definitely they are going to have contacts. So, and once there is contact, it must spread.
At the Karu market, it's business as usual, with no social distancing being observed, though it's way past the 2 p.m. deadline given for the market to operate.
I'm not happy about it, but there's nothing we can do about it because of the situation on ground. I know it's for our own good and for the citizens' good too. So I came to the market, things are very costly, and the market is even dry. I will be very happy if people can help to it because it's for our own good. But what is happening now, it has never happened before. And you know the reason why this thing, people are behaving like this. They don't know the implication of it. If assuming they know the implication, they will adhere to the rules and regulations.
It's not an easy one sitting at home. And people are merely expecting the relief from the government and it's not forthcoming. So it's sort of frustrating. Coupled with the blockage of roads, even coming to this market, from my area to this place, you have to take 3 vehicles as against one, which is not. And that is more expensive and more toilet. You can see that there's nothing like social distancing in Karu market. Because people believe that for us to come together and do the shopping, definitely nothing has been observed or none has been dictated in this area. So they feel free, still socializing.
In Pape, a shanty community, which is about 10 minutes drive from the Abuja city center, life is still going on as usual. Majority of the people here are not keeping to the lockdown order, and social distancing appears alien to them. Despite its proximity to the city, Pape lacks infrastructural development, except for its growing human population and a corresponding rise in the number of shanties. Their concerns here go beyond the COVID-19 pandemic.
Actually, we need government to help us because without government, we are of nowhere. Government is next to God. So we need government to help us in sanitation and what you call help us in feeding. You understand? The sanitation is there, and the crowd of houses is also there. We need government to come and help us in feeding and in medicine, like sanitizing all these small roads. When they sanitize it, to all these things we have no fear again.
About the condition of things here in Pape, we are suffering, and secondly, the houses that they build is closer than people can contact sickness. And I hope with God cannot make the sickness to come close to us, and they should give us way out to live accordingly as they want us to be. That is why I am pleading for government to give us more hands, capable hands. It's not that they will come to be pursuing us, go your house, don't say no. The children can go and rob and bring problem for the parents. So I'm praying for them to give us more hands to help us so that we can do something.
The FCT Joint Operation Task Team set up to enforce the presidential lockdown order impounded 106 vehicles, tricycles and motorcycles for violating the directive. The Commissioner of Police in charge of the FCT explains that more officers are being deployed to enforce the compliance.
We have recorded an appreciable level of compliance in FCT. However, that is not to say that there are people that have refused to take heed of the directives given. This is rather unfortunate, and this has led us to move out and ensure that there is total compliance, except those on the exemption list. All other persons that come out in violations of the directives given will ensure we get them and bring them to book. For the past 2 days, we've descended heavily on defaulters.
Already, some of the suspects are facing prosecution for violating the lockdown order.
The police force, in particular the FCT Police Command, are out to ensure that the lockdown order is fully enforced. And those that are the few deviants that are out to sabotage the lockdown order, which is meant to protect the generality of Nigerians, will not be condoned, and they will be and their conduct will be brought. Will be called into question, and they will be made to face the same processes. As you can see, a conviction, the other person has been convicted. Assuming if he had decided to, or if he had complied with the directives or the order, he wouldn't have been exposed to what he is facing now. He is to pay fine, and if he failed to, he'll go to jail.
In the meantime, the Nigeria Center for Disease Control is reporting that over 30 of the cases that have been confirmed positive are believed to be community transmission because they don't have travel history, neither are they linked to those who have travel history. This is one of the reasons the FCT administration is adopting a community testing approach in some selected communities. The residents go through an interview process to ascertain their travel history, contacts with positive cases, and pre-existing health conditions.
There's a lockdown, and the best place to get the people is in their communities. As it is now, we've been doing the call-in program, which is ongoing, so we decided to go to the community to look for these cases actively. We know that many of our people majority of them reside in the communities, and access to this service is limited now with this lockdown, so we didn't choose to go there. One, and secondly, the concentration of the cases from FCT is within the Abuja municipal. So all those communities surrounding it are our first port of call. We have counseled and educated people that have come here. We are using them as advocates to go back to the community, to talk to people that are there. When they reach there, they should tell them that there's nothing sinister about this. So there's nothing sinister about it. So they will have their buy-in. If they have any questions to ask, they should call us. But we'll still continue talking to them, counseling them, so that we'll all key in. They will all key in at the end of the day.
The exercise will be taken to all the suburbs in the nation's capital, and there is no deadline for the exercise to be concluded.